Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the formerly known as podcast, currently known as FKA the Pod. I'm your host, Reed Wilson. Once again, surprising y'all. Nice and quick out of the gate here. Also very sweaty out of the shower. I don't know about you guys, but if I get out of the shower, I'm wet forever. So that's my tagline this week. Reed Wilson here. How are you guys feeling? You guys drinking anything? You doing any business? How are you doing? You know, answer a question or something. I don't know.
Sorry, sometimes you come out of the gate so hot it's hard for us to get a word in.
Exactly. That's the point. I'm trying to get you a little uncomfy at the beginning of this one. Throw you off guard. I want you off kilter, if you will. This is a kiltless podcast.
No kilts. I have worn a kilt one time.
Really? Yeah. Is that an ancestral thing for you?
Yeah, kind of. This is my grandpa's. I guess he's my ancestor. But no, yeah, like they're Scottish somewhere down the line. The Butler clan. You can look up our tartan if you want to look at
I feel like
our color scheme.
Scottish people are saving a lot of money on gold bond because they're wearing the kilts all the time. So they're just like not chafing. They got nothing there.
Yeah. Hopefully they're getting some of our newest sponsor, Manscaped. Ball deodorant.
I'm all about Squatch soap. I'm all about Squatch soap. I don't know if you've heard about Squatch soap and their new body wash genie. I'm all about them.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Sydney Sweeney, the body wash genie.
Yep.
Wow. No, I was unaware of this. Yeah.
But back to business.
Yeah, back to business.
Yeah, please.
All right. I don't have an alcoholic drink today. I'm rocking the Sunny D again. Back on that Sunny Delight.
Okay, somebody said that's worse than alcohol, frankly.
Who knows? Who knows, man? Also, if you're watching the YouTube video, hello. I got a new haircut.
Yeah.
It's a pretty basic looking haircut, but there's a little surprise in the back. I haven't shown anybody yet.
Oh, no. Oh, what the fuck? I take back
Oh,
my comment.
yeah.
I hate it. I hate that. I take back my compliment. He's got a nice, he's got a very clean, very professional haircut. It looks good. It's fitting for his face. Good, side trimming. Looks like the beard got trimmed and everything. He's got a rat tail. He's got a Padawan learner tail in his back.
I got a little braided tail going on back there.
Dude,
yeah.
Watch out for, Anakin. He'll slice you up with that shit.
Yeah.
What did the Padawans do if they were like a fish person or whatever who didn't have hair?
They got an extension,
They just clipped. It's like they got like it's like a fairy hair, one of those little
like a pin.
Silvery. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, they give him a little sachet.
Yeah,
little attaché.
I got the rat tail. I've been showing people all the time. They're like, "Hey, nice haircut." I'm like, "Thanks. You want to see the back?" And they're like, "I don't really care." And then I turn around and they're like, "Oh, cool."
They're like, "What the fuck?" Nice haircut.
Nobody's had the balls to say anything mean to me about it. So,
I think it looks weird. That's what you want. I would never get that haircut. You would totally get that haircut.
I've been preparing myself for the hate for a while. So.
Oh yeah, I mean you got to be prepared for that one.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had a point about Sunny D. I was like, what is the thing I wanted to say? So I used to do Sunny D. I would put it over ice. I don't know if you've ever done this before. But Sunny D over ice is unique because something about the chemical compound that is Sunny D will deposit like Sunny D powder onto the ice cubes.
It's a very sedimentary drink.
It is. So after you drink the Sunny D from your Sunny D with ice, then you have these ice cubes that you can chew, right? Like chewing on some ice. But they've got like this nice coating of like orange sugar around it. And it's really good. So I would recommend you try that if you got an ice maker.
Yeah, people go crazy for chai ice cubes and coffee ice cubes.
Yeah.
You got to get the Sunny D powder. You got to get the Sunny D pixie stick ice cubes.
It's that's what it is. It's like you put an orange pixie stick on your ice cube.
Liquid fun dip. But here's the thing. I'm not trying to eat the ice that my house ice maker makes. I only want to eat like Chick-fil-A ice or whatever the nice ice is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I call it nice.
Nice. I've got a Miller Lite that I'm about halfway through. I've been sipping on this thing.
Oh.
Pretty quick. So,
right.
yeah, watch out, guys.
We're a little bit behind on the start here.
And now, and then I've got the the classic Ryan Stellhorn Memorial Fireball Cinnamon Whiskey shot in the Christmas coffee mug. But don't get too cheerful and joyous yet, because we're actually just now entering October. Ooh, and we probably have some more spooky, scary content to relate to you in this pod. We'll see if it's my spooky content or maybe Trent's spooky content that he got, depending on scheduling.
Gotcha.
But cheers, everybody. Oh, Reed, are you drinking anything?
I got a Coca-Cola, 0 sugar. I got a Gatorade, 0, and I got a water, Kirkland.
Nice.
Kirkland. Nice.
Yeah. Well,
Cheers,
Kirkland
everybody.
is water, you know. Cheers.
Hey, did you get any baby oil when you were at Costco?
No, they never have it. They've never sold it ever. They never will.
It's because
Costco
somebody was buying all of it.
Yeah.
You know, there's already a P. Diddy documentary on, it's like Hulu or something. I turned it on today and I was like, oh my God. Because
Well, I mean,
it's
he
just
was
like
getting
his
like this.
face.
This was popping up earlier in the year, so like it's just like they just arrested him like now apparently, but like no, it was like back in March they were talking about him being a real creep.
I still feel like that's fast. Like, to have a documentary up in 7 months? Or maybe it's not. I don't know.
I mean, what's in there, you know? Like if
Right.
and all the
Yeah.
if they just find an old footage, it's already been shot. You just gotta hire some interns to watch that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get them to get to work. Watch this old film, you know. But we're speaking of watching film. We're watching new film. We're watching new film of the Alabama Crimson Tide, as we have beat Georgia. They can suck it. They lost.
That's right, dude.
Yeah.
They tried to
Totally
make it a close game.
Two different games in the first half and the second half. I don't know if you saw that, but 17-year-old Ryan Williams has done more at 17 than I have ever done. That's not true, but that's like kind of like he's gonna make a lot more money way sooner than I will.
That's
'cause
true.
He is crazy
Oh, yeah.
at football, and
Yeah.
we won. And Georgia sucks. We're Bama homers. Shocker.
Yeah.
But like,
So I was in Tuscaloosa
oh,
during part of the game. I did not attend the game, actually. Me and my girlfriend Jill, we went to Birmingham to sort of get away from the game. If you're not going to the game, right, you're maybe a little bit older.
bad
you know,
time to
maybe
be in.
Yeah. If you're not there for the event, it's actually not good to be there because there's, stuff going on.
Horribly inconvenient. Lots
There's
of traffic.
also, there was an additional wrinkle thrown in that there was a celebrity who went to the game, which is how Alabama the head coach referred to former President Donald Trump. He said, yeah, a lot of celebrities want to come to our games and stuff like that. But so they had like TSA level security going into the football game and stuff, and they told everybody to be there like 2.5 hours early, even if you
like the-
have an assigned seat and stuff.
Oh.
Well, good thing we've done that already.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, last time then President Trump went to a football game, we were there, I believe.
Also, that might have been the last football game I went to.
Yeah. We lost.
LSU? Yeah, brutal.
The
Yeah.
last one I
Brutal.
went to.
But
Oh, good game, you know. It
Yeah.
was real cool.
But so I got a couple things here. Okay. One, me and my girlfriend Jill on the way back into Tuscaloosa, we picked up some Thai food from a restaurant. This was actually like in Tuscaloosa. So we came back from Birmingham. It was a little too late to cook, so we picked up some Thai food. There were two ladies in this restaurant sitting down at a table. Obviously, this restaurant has a TV that's playing the Alabama-Georgia football game.
oh yeah.
And they're both watching the football game. They're also dressed as if these are like kind of older, 40, 50 range women. But they're dressed as if they came from like a tailgate. So they've got like buttons and stickers and stuff on.
They got the pleather. They have like the leather skirt on.
Yeah. Well, they're not dressed like they're 20, but they are dressed like, a 40 or 50-year-old
If they
woman.
were men, they'd be wearing the polo. Though you're saying.
Yes. Yeah. But anyway, one of them is wearing like an anti-Trump shirt, and while we're in the Thai restaurant, also it's like us, them, and then like one couple. So there aren't very many people in this restaurant. They show him on the TV at the football game, and she boos in the restaurant
That's hilarious.
to the muted TV where they're playing the football game.
I did that when I was at the game because, like, I think I might have told this story before, but in the line and at the tailgate prior, I just got fucking hammered because Roll Tide. right? But like we had to go in super early, so like I gotta make this last because you couldn't buy shit in there at the time. I think you kind of can now, sort of maybe, but like, so I passed out and for a while once I got to the seat because we had to get in there 2 hours early and it was hot and I'd been drinking all day. You know, and I brought the jungle juice into the line, so I passed out and I wake up and they're showing Trump on the screen and everything. And that's when I activate and I start booing and flicking them off around everybody else. Because shocker, I don't know if you know, the Alabama fans got there's a lot of synergy, a lot of crossover on the Venn diagram, a lot of crossover on the Venn diagram between Trump fan and Alabama fan. But
the other thing,
I empathize with that Thai lady, who even though I've never had Thai food.
Right. The other thing is there was some reportage I was reading both about sports and about politics. After the game, I think that former President Donald Trump was likely rooting for the Georgia Bulldogs. Because
fuck that guy.
Well, I also don't think he cares about football. I think he's actually, but whatever. But it's like he's likely to win Alabama. But if he could be like, oh, hey, I went to the Georgia game and the Georgia Bulldogs, very good football team. They won the football game. Like, I think that he was like, I hope they win so that I can say that.
His supporters would agree with that theory.
You think he'd be upset at Georgia because they didn't find the 4,845 votes or whatever that he wanted.
No, but he needs those people, and those people might be Georgia fans who might not vote for him now because he jinxed their team.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So,
well, fools on them. Georgia fans can't read, so
there you go,
dude. Reed. Before we get too far away from the top of the show business, you said you're drinking a Coke Zero. Have you heard
about what? About Coca-Cola
of the new
Oreo
Coke
Zero?
Zero flavor?
The Oreo one?
Yeah.
I have not heard of it. I've heard about it. I have not seen it myself. If I can find one, I'll get one. But I haven't really been in like a convenience store or a grocery store as of late.
Totally.
So
yeah. I heard about it.
Fresh. So like it kind of. I get the meal delivery kit service, your brand here, and I don't usually go grocery shopping.
Yeah, totally. But I heard about it and promptly made my way down to the local 7-Eleven and had one.
And
it's okay.
It's okay.
I think it would have been better if it was a regular Coke.
Right.
You could really taste the artificial sweetener. But
zero.
other than that, kind of Oreo flavored.
So it was the Zero that got you, not the Oreo part.
Yes, for
Is
sure.
it better that because you had like the one that tasted like Vibes or whatever, right? How was that one? Like comparison? Can you just some of the weird Cokes?
I can't remember too many of those because they were so.
Well, they had the one that tastes like space. They had the one that tasted like the metaverse.
Yeah.
They had the one that tasted like, I think it was a s'more.
Oh, so all three of them tasted like Vibes. Actually, I think the s'more one was the space one, and then
because it was like looking up at the stars at a s'more makery.
I think it was. I think that was, if I recall correctly, that one was the first one, the space one, and it was the best one.
Nice.
I think maybe the Coke Zero Oreo might be better than the other three.
Okay.
Yeah.
We like that, but not better than Coke, obviously, right?
Yeah, not better than regular
if it's
Coke,
you go to the AMC, right? You're going to see Megalopolis, new hit movie.
Dude, I was just about to make this exact same transition. This is good.
Would you get that? Would you get it in the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine?
No.
Oh, okay.
I could not
didn't
drink
think
a
so.
full liter of Coke Zero Oreo.
Full liter.
64 ounces of Coke Zero Oreo is not going to do it for you, huh?
It's not going to get you through Megalopolis, that's for sure.
Yeah, apparently you need a lot of things to get through Megalopolis, and this is like the hottest dumpster fire sort of movie of the zeitgeist right now. And I really wanted to see it. It came out like last weekend, but it's at it's only at 3 showings like a day right now at the movie theaters, and they're all at like weird times. It's like 4:30 or like 6:15. And like I gotta work, and then I also have to eat dinner at some point. Like how this is just like inconvenient to people who work. So I haven't been able to see Megalopolis. And there's football. There's football going on the past weekend. So like, what am I supposed to do on the weekend? And like, football's going on. So I didn't get to see it, but I'm excited to see it. It's Francis Ford Coppola's new movie. He made Taxi Driver. I think that's him.
He made The Godfather.
Yeah, he made really good
Apocalypse
movies
Now.
in like the 70s.
He makes wine.
Oh, he made Megapodpolis now, so it's not Taxi Driver. I don't think.
No, yeah, I don't know who that was, but yeah, he made
That's the other one, the other guy.
The other guys.
But anyway, I have a little game that I set up because this movie is like super weird. Apparently, it's giving off like Star Wars prequel vibes slash like Spider-Man era, like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man era movie, like superhero vibes, mixed with like somewhat of a modern movie. It's like they made a movie from 2003 now.
Can I relay a little bit of information and background I have on this movie, or read to you? Is this part of the game?
As long as you don't talk about the cast or look at who's in the movie.
Okay, so what I am aware of is that Francis Ford Coppola, who makes wine, is also his daughter is Sofia Coppola, also a director, and his nephew is Nicolas Cage, famously.
Oh, yeah.
He apparently this movie is he had this idea for this movie in like 1973, 50 years ago is when he first started thinking about this movie, and he tried to get it made multiple times, and for one reason or another, one time there was a strike. One time he was trying to make this movie, and then it was 9/11. And he was like, okay, maybe this isn't a good time to do my casting call in New York City or whatever.
Wow. One tragedy hits, doesn't want to support the economy. It gives you so much, and then their time in need, you don't give back. Interesting.
And also, because part of the reason he couldn't get it made for so many years was like, I think like production companies were hesitant to like work with him because it was going to be expensive, and they didn't really trust him that much, even though he had like good movies in the past. Part of it was like, this sounds kind of weird and like it would be expensive, so we're not going to like bankroll it for you. So he sold like some of his positions or some of his land for his vineyard. So like I guess he used to maybe own all of it, and he sold off half of it or whatever to fund a lot of this movie. So I am going to see this movie this weekend. This is going to be the first time I've been to the movie theater that I can walk to ever, is for this movie, because I think that the talking around it, even if it turns out to be bad, like it's not just like, oh, this is a bad movie or oh, this is a good movie. It's like, oh, it's an interesting movie, and I think it has an interesting story.
Yeah, I think it's
about how it came around.
I don't think it's. I think it's not a bad in a sense of Madam Web is a bad movie in like every way. I think this movie is like bad in a Tommy Wiseau kind of way, like the but it's gonna have a lot of money behind it, and like, I think it's just gonna be really weird. I think that's the thing. It's just like it's weird and therefore kind of bad, but like not. I think it's weird. I think that's the catch. I'm excited to see it as well. But there's a lot of good movies apparently coming out right now that I want to see. Apparently the Transformers movie is good. We were talking about that before. Not going to see those because for kids, you know, that's where I draw the line. That's where I draw. Yeah,
not at Sonic though. Sonic is different.
Oh, Sonic 3 I'm going to see. Absolutely, I'm going to see that. With Shadows in it, bro. Keanu Reeves, bro. Damn.
Do we or can we talk about the plot of this movie at all? I don't know anything about it. I want to see.
Yeah, I don't really know much about it either. I think it's kind of like a superhero movie, something I've been told. Not just in the way that it's shot really weird, but like it's in like a apparently New York is supposed to be some kind of New Rome type beat. Mm-hmm. So I think it's somewhat of a New York jerk-off fest because that's what a lot of his movies are. Scorsese is the one guy I was thinking about before. But.
Yeah. From what I understand, it's like there was some big thing in like the fall of the Roman Empire, and it's basically that story in New York. So it's like we're very rich or whatever and all this great stuff, but like we're corrupt or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So maybe, I mean, you could probably think about, right? Is it, you know, I feel like the critics might have liked it, right? To make that statement about New York, or especially because with this Eric Adams, what the heck's going on with that guy? Mayor of New York City.
New York City is the Istanbul of America. New York City is the Israel of America. New York City is the Teotihuacan of America. New York City is the
Megalopolis.
It's the Roman Empire of America. That's my first time doing an Eric Adams impression.
It wasn't bad, honestly.
Yeah, no, that clip is hilarious. It's like a minute and a half of him saying that's his thing in the speeches. He also got indicted for being like a dirty, rotten politician who's
Yeah.
accepting bribes from the Turkish government.
Yeah.
So he's a scumbag on that front. But really funny because in a lot of his speeches, he just says, "Yeah, New York City is the blank of America." Whatever like topical foreign cities in town, he
Nice.
just throws it in there.
He's like, New York City is the Los Angeles of America.
Oh man.
So we're gonna play a game called Megalopolis or Not on the List. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. And I got a list of the cast that's in Megalopolis because it's got a pretty eclectic cast. There's some people that like, oh, well, what's this person doing there? Where they've been, and I also have a list of the most highest grossing stars of 2024 at the domestic box office.
Okay.
The goal of the game is to tell me whether the person is in Megalopolis or if they are not
Right.
on the
list.
of
Yeah.
Megalopolis sectors. I mean, it kind of rhymed-ish, sort of. So
No, it was good. I like it.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Okay.
I thought Megalopolis. I thought it was going to be like a Sharknado, right? Like that's the Jurassic Park shark, the Megalopolis.
It's got a 48% on Rotten Tomatoes. This is the first movie you're
Oh,
going to
that's
see.
tough.
Okay.
Just want to let that be known.
Sounds like the election. Am I right?
Hey-o. Well, we were doing a staff meeting at work, and they're like, friendly reminder, don't talk about politics at work. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair. But anyway, we're going to start off with, we'll do one. How about, we'll go with Adam Driver.
He's in it.
He's in it. Thumbs up.
He's Megalopolis, I think.
He's
At one point,
Mr.
he talks to
Megalopolis.
the audience. At one point, there's supposed to be a live person in the audience who has a live dialogue with Adam Driver in the movie, where the
Yeah.
person in the audience will ask Adam Driver a question, and he's supposed to respond. So if you
Whoa.
if you don't get that, you're getting ripped off at the movie.
Wait, so like, is the movie theater supposed to put somebody there to do this?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
supposed
Really?
to. Yeah, but
Well, they're selling it as the ultimate experience. Is what they're doing.
he's
You
transcending.
pay
media.
extra. You got
I'll
to
pay
pay for the
extra.
actor to be there. Yeah.
No, it's like the usher. It's the person who scans your ticket.
It's the person. It's the person. They've got that little dustpan and a broom, and they're sweeping up popcorn. And they say, "Hey, Adam."
Flashlight. He's got a flashlight and he's looking at like a little cue card in his hand.
Oh man.
Okay, I'm gonna follow this up with Bryce Dallas Howard. You may know her from Jurassic World.
Mm-hmm.
And
Or Argyle.
Facts
or,
Argyle.
What is
That's all I know.
it? Black Mirror.
Yeah, yeah. I do not think that BDH is in this. I think I would know.
You're
Yeah,
a big PDH
I
guy?
agree.
The first
I
one you
agree.
know,
I think
name a
she would
single
be-
movie that she was in.
She would be in. She would be in the trailers and stuff, right? Maybe she is. I haven't seen the trailers.
No, nor have I. But
Yeah, I don't know how you're using that one.
Oops.
Well, you're right. She's not in there. Good.
but is
good
she
on
one
you.
of the top grossing domestic actresses of this year?
Oh yeah. She's 32 right now.
That's not bad. I didn't know. Oh, from Argyle, I guess.
According to the-numbers.com/box office star records.
Yeah.
I'll give one away. Number one's Glenn Powell, and he's not in Megalopolis.
Mm,
Number three,
okay.
Dave Bautista. So I guess that movie where he's basically, he's in Dune, duh, and he was in Knock
yeah.
on the Cabin. So they're lumping in some of last year's shit in there. He was big last year. How about? It's a good one. How about Sydney Sweeney? Is she in the movie? Is the genie? Is the genie?
Yeah,
in
the body
movie?
wash genie.
Is the body wash genie in there?
Are they using Squatch in the future? The future Megalopolis.
Yeah,
Dr.
we're using
Squatch.
Dr. Squatch.
I'm gonna say
Squatch.
no. I don't think she's there.
I agree. I don't think she's there either.
She's
Me and
too
Trent are
busy.
just voting together.
She's too busy being a scary nun.
I feel like this movie is it's a little artsy for her. I don't know much about Sydney
All right,
Sweeney.
here's the thing. I don't think she's that great of an actor in what I've seen her in. That being said, it's
Okay.
been clips online and then Madam Web. So I guess not the greatest selection of things. But what
You're
about
watching Sydney Sweeney clips online?
She's popular. I saw her in Hot Ones, and she was in that one show where all the teenagers do drugs, Euphoria. Right
Yeah.
now. I didn't watch that shit. That shit looked boring. Like, I was already a teenager who did drugs. I don't need to watch other people do that
Yeah, Euphoria just makes you anxious.
I'm good. I can do that for free. What about D.B. Sweeney? You know, he's a bit character actor. He's a small bit parts.
I'll say yeah. I think D.B. Sweeney's in there. I don't think D.B. Sweeney is
so
popping
funny.
up on the top grossing actors
Hey, man,
thing.
he was in Francis Ford Coppola's Vietnam-era drama Gardens of Stone. You know, his most famous Vietnam-era drama.
Interesting.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, fine. What about Shia LaBeouf?
That could be interesting. I don't think he would be the top grossing.
Yeah, so maybe you
Right?
shouldn't have told us where these other actors came from.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what
Well,
he's
it's
got going
the
on this
past
year.
like couple years or so.
Oh,
It's like
okay,
500
yeah.
people on this list. This list is huge. This
Okay.
yeah, there's, it
I'm
goes
saying
up to
he's in it.
625.
Yeah,
I'm saying
I
he's in
actually I know for a fact that he's in it. That's one of the. I might know a little bit too much about this movie.
Yeah,
Francis
I'm
Ford
into this
Coppola.
one. I wanted
Yeah.
to talk about Megalopolis and just have it be more than like, this shit's weird, huh? Like, that's that's
Yeah.
where this game came from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fine. What about
give us
John
another
Voight.
extra.
John Voight?
John Voight, famously Angelina Jolie's dad.
Yeah. Estranged. Follow up. Is she in the movie?
That could be a sick move. That feels like a Coppola thing to do.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, you think they're both in the movie?
A lot of nepotism in there.
Well,
Ooh,
they
that's
don't- they
like a
don't
meta
like each
statement
other.
about America or
Yeah,
Rome.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. So I heard somebody
know?
talk about I heard somebody talk about this. It was like a 10-second thing where they're like, "Oh yeah, there's this movie with these actors in it. It's like this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy."
Yeah, it's got
So-
it's got Grace Vanderwall, Adam Driver, Natalie Emanuel, Shia LaBeouf, Aubrey Plaza, Chloe Fineman, John Voight, Dustin Hoffman, John Carl
Damn.
Esposito, Lawrence
Way to go, Seth.
Fishburne, Jason Schwartzman.
Sorry, I didn't mean to break the segment. I just
That's okay. We got other ones too.
maybe I should have kept my cards close to my chest. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
you
but
could've
I already
could've
did the
just
bit
been
where I
real.
was like, "Oh, I know the history of this movie too."
Yep. That's all right.
Yeah.
I heard the only two that I had known for sure was Adam Driver and Aubrey Plaza.
Okay.
So, yeah.
The other thing that I've heard other people talk about from the trailers is there's this one part where Adam Driver, he says like, "Go back to the club," but he says it in this weird voice. He's like, "We'll go back to the club" or something, and it's like people have been like saying that to each other. So
Yeah.
that's the only other thing I know about this, besides I guess everybody who's in there.
Apparently, it's edited real weird, and also at one point I saw this clip online. Adam Driver and Natalie Emanuel. She played what was it? Tazan Day. What the she played like her Daenerys' administrator lady.
Oh,
the eunuch's girlfriend.
Melisandre is the red lady.
Yeah, well, she was the hot one that was with Daenerys all the time, like her
Oh, hang on,
her administrator lady.
She's
That was
from
it.
Noth.
No, I mean, sure. You know, she plays Julia Cicero in this one, which is a whack ass name. Oh, Adam Driver's. Okay, hold up. Give me. What do you think Adam Driver's character name is? I'll give you some names of other characters in here. We have Julia Cicero, Claudia Pulcher, Vesta Sweetwater, Francis Cicero, Teresa Cicero. What do you think Adam Driver's character's name is?
Dude, fucking Jeremy Megalopolis.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be something like Brutus, Pompeii.
Oh, see, I like where you guys are going there. Those like sound more like names than actor.
His name is Actor.
That is his credited role, actor. And Aubrey Plaza plays actress.
That's crazy. Well, do you think they just like want to keep the names as secrets or what?
They got everyone else's name on there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, I mean,
Maybe his real name is Jonathan dies at the end of the movie or something. You know.
Mm.
And they didn't want to spoil it.
Oh, his name is Jimmy Tragic Heroes.
Yeah, I wonder if at the end of the movie, they finally reveal his name. It's like, you know, in Tenet, I don't think they ever say the name of the main guy.
Oh, he's the protagonist.
Right. There you go. And maybe at the end, they'll be like, oh, thank you so much. What'd you say? Johnny Megalopolis? And then you're like, oh, that's why they call it
They said the name of the movie.
hey, look at me. Leonardo DiCaprio pointing at the screen. They said the name of the movie.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to stop. People give Tenet a lot of hate. I liked it a lot. I don't know what happened in the final action scene, but I liked the movie as a whole. Robert Pattinson and James David Washington are really, really cool. So, John David Washington are really cool. So that was the list. Megalopolis is a weird movie. I'm going to see it this weekend. It seems like you're going to see it this weekend. So
you know what? Maybe I'll try to see it this weekend too.
All right. So
yeah.
We'll talk about it. You know, 2 podcasts late when it's
we're gonna go back to the club.
Not in the guys. Go back to the club.
Go back to the club. I mean, Adam Driver. He has had. I mean, I know him most as being the guy from Star Wars, right? Kylo Ren.
Mm-hmm.
What was his name?
He's got some. Isn't it
Han Solo Jr.
We need Ben Skywalker. Oh, Ben Solo. We need Ben Solo.
Yeah,
Ben Solo.
Well, I mean, could be Ben Skywalker knee Solo or whatever. Ben Skywalker Solo.
And you know, because they're in space, you know, I don't know if the naming conventions are the same. I mean, they are according to George Lucas or whatever, but they could be whatever. He's Skywalker Solo, whatever.
Newt Gunray.
Yeah.
Who's the analog for Newt Gingrich?
Yeah. But he had that other clip, that very popular clip from Marriage Story with Scarlett Johansson. Maybe.
Every day I wake up and I wish you were dead. That clip.
And the one where he bangs the wall. And then he's also got the one, I think it's from Girls, where he just says good soup.
Oh, yeah.
So he's kind of good at doing a voice.
He's got another one. He's got another one from Black Klansman that I can't say, but he did a good job in that movie. He's shouting the N-word a lot.
Where's he from?
He's a Marine.
I feel like he's from like Arkansas or something.
I'm not sure where he's from, but
he's from San Diego.
Yeah, he's a Marine though.
I did know that.
You did mention that he was in Girls, which I recently started watching a little bit of. Pretty good show, at least the first season. Pretty solid. Yeah. It's on HBO though, so you.
I don't know anything about Girls. I just know
you got to be pretentious to watch it.
We know that, Seth.
Yeah. Also, her name was Missandei, not to be confused with Melisandre.
I called her Tezonde, which is the chocolate.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I was like, Tezonde. It would fit, you know. It might fit in Megalopolis too. Johnny Megalopolis, Tezonde, Julia. What was her name? Julia Cicero.
Yeah,
pretty much. Girls has Lena Dunham in them. She's got some weird takes. I know that. I know she's kind of a weird one. It's also got Brian Williams' daughter in it.
Brian Williams, the news guy?
Yeah. Allison Williams is his daughter.
Huh.
If you look at them side by side, you're like, oh yeah, they have the same face shape.
Yeah.
Like their head, their jawline is very prominent. That's a Brian Williams gene for sure.
You know, I watched a lot of Brian Williams back in the day when I was still living with my parents. They loved a nightly news. I think I preferred Brian Williams to Lester Holt, but you can't bring Brian Williams back after the lying or whatever that he did. So,
what did he do? Oh, he was problematic.
He was just like he was like, oh no, I was definitely doing newscasting from like the sidelines of this one disaster or something, but it's like he wasn't. Kind of thing, and the people were like,
"Well, I'm gonna ride for my boy Lester Holt. You know, Chicago, homegrown. Is he from
Chicago?
Yeah, media. He used to do the Chicago news, and now his son Stephen Holt does the Chicago news. So I'm all about the Holts, Lester and Stephen.
Yeah, Brian Williams is from New Jersey, so that's why I like him more. Shout out to Jersey.
Shout out New Jersey.
New Jersey. Yeah.
Well, that's funny. Well, I guess speaking of kind of that part of the country. Somewhere between North Carolina and Maryland, there's a little North Carolina and New Jersey. There's a little state called Maryland,
Nailed it.
which is home to our first cryptid of the month.
Of the spookiest month, cryptid month.
That's right.
All the unknown, scary, cryptic things.
That's
We're gonna be
right.
covering it all right here.
We're bringing back cryptids for the month of October. Maybe we'll have one on like every other pod or something. I don't know.
Are these exclusively new cryptids, Trent?
Yeah, he searched newest cryptids, I think.
I did search newest cryptids.
New cryptid just dropped.
This cryptid isn't new, but it came up on the list of newest cryptids. So
Is that actually what you Google searched? Like,
yeah,
let's go.
but this one's not new. I don't understand.
Okay.
But anyways, this cryptid is called the SnallyGaster.
Oh, I like this guy a lot.
Have you heard of this?
I think I've seen a
SnallyGaster?
beer called this, or a shot, or a
SnallyGaster,
mixed
yeah.
drink called SnallyGaster.
SnallyGaster, I hardly know her.
Nice.
Nice. So the SnallyGaster is the winged creature of the Northeast. All right.
Nevermore.
It's kind of like, it's like a fucking, I don't know, like a winged snake with a metal beak. Is kind of what
Oh, okay.
it's described
Are you doing
as
that on
a
purpose?
little bit. What do you mean?
Are you saying winged on purpose?
Yeah,
Okay.
winged.
It's not a
You
new
want me to say
cryptid, it's an old
winged?
cryptid. That's how he would say it, winged.
Winged.
I also like how he's doing metal. You know, not a lot of creatures are out there
right.
doing metal. I wonder if maybe it's difficult biologically to have metal body parts.
I prefer
But-
an EDM cryptid.
Yeah. So, it says for centuries, a large winged beast known as the Snallygaster is said to have terrified the people of Frederick County, Maryland. The dragon-like beast is described as a half reptile, half bird, living deep in the South Mountains caves. The mysterious creature is said to swoop silently down from the sky, stealing farm animals and children from the unsuspecting farm folk. Some say it's real.
I think right now this could be a chupacabra that moved from
It's a flying
southwest
chupacabra.
to
Yeah,
the
who
northeast.
It says the area where it's said to live was settled by German immigrants in 1730s-ish. And so the name Snallygaster comes from the German words Schnellergeist.
Das tun schneller Geisten.
Yeah. Which means quick spirit.
Prost.
Okay.
It also is sometimes described as having octopus-like tentacles.
Oh, wow.
The picture of it that's on this website has the tentacles like coming out of its mouth.
Why don't you share that?
Oh,
screen
that's
for
cool.
us?
Yeah,
That's like, I don't know if that's not where I would want my tentacles to come out of. I would want
Where do
side
you
of
want
the
your
body,
tentacles to come out, man?
side of my body, hands maybe.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
want them coming
right.
out of my mouth. I don't want to have my. It's hard to have a back and forth dialogue with my nemesis. What if I got tentacles coming out of my
Yeah.
mouth?
You know what? And speaking of nemesis,
Yeah.
this cryptid actually has a widely known enemy
Oh, let's go.
called the Dwayo. So we're getting a 2-for-1.
Oh,
Dwayo.
wow.
Boom, boom, boom. No one hear me say Dwayo, Dwayo.
Dwayo. So the Dwayo, Dwayyo, is reported to be a mammalian biped with features similar to a wolf, but the stance and stature of a human.
Okay.
So it's like a werewolf.
It's a werewolf, yeah.
But it's just wolf.
Dwayo.
There's
Yeah.
no male.
You don't it's a
He doesn't
permanent
turn
it's
back.
permanent transfer.
Yeah.
It's a beast man, more of a beast man, less of a werewolf.
Yep. It's said to make screeches, quote unquote, like a locomotive whistle.
Oh,
I used
there
to
was
have
the
one of those
old.
train whistles.
I don't remember what it was. Was the. Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to reference this.
Plain rock bolter, slide rock bolter.
No, it was like an old claymation on YouTube, and it was
Oh.
about this like they're these little claymation figures, and they're scared of this guy. He's like the boogie monster or something like that. But the whole thing was when he roars, it sounds like a telephone. So he opens his mouth, and then it's like a phone ringing. Anyway, that's just what that reminded me of.
So just kind of skimming through this article, I did notice there's a mention of Theodore Roosevelt, and it says apparently the story of the SnallyGaster was carried prominently in Middletown, Maryland's Valley Register and soon spread far and wide, so much so that the Smithsonian Institution offered a reward to the hide of the beast. And U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt reportedly considered postponing an international trip to hunt the beast personally.
That's badass. Theodore Roosevelt, every time I hear, I don't think I've ever heard anything bad about Theodore Roosevelt. Really. I mean, the only thing I can really think, I mean, he's probably got something wrong, but I think I've heard he's always been pretty good from a historical standpoint. Looking at the presidents, a lot of them got some skeletons in the closet. I think like the worst thing this guy ever did was run as a third-party candidate and snub someone else out, because that's what happens when you run as a third-party candidate. But like, dude's kind of the man. Asthmatic king, Theodore Roosevelt.
Asthmatic king. Yeah, I mean, he was kind of interesting because I think that most people, like, after they're president don't do much, but he, like, I think after he was president, like, did a bunch of stuff. And
yeah,
I think that's when he was running for president again, and doing other stuff.
Because he was trying to like make sure that the bathtub guy didn't get it, like the bathtub guy who became the Supreme Court dude / like king of the Philippines. That's like there was like a line of presidents that were actually doing some shit. Then we get like some lame ones. I don't think Grover Cleveland did anything, and then Jimmy Carter didn't do anything because like he kind of got lame ducked the whole time. But like shout out to him sort of being alive right now. He's 100, but he's like, I saw a video of him. He does not look good.
Oh yeah.
He looks like the chocolate guy from SpongeBob.
Well, after Teddy Roosevelt was president, he went on the Smithsonian Roosevelt African Expedition, and they did a whole bunch of stuff to collect stuff for the Smithsonian.
Dude, shout out. That's why he's in those Night at the Museum movies.
Yeah. Also, I don't know, he did some stuff with Taft, like you said. I guess you'd have to read this stuff. There's a lot to it. But most people, they just write a book, and then they go on, then they go on Fox News a couple times to talk about stuff.
Yeah,
but
my
not
mom was
him.
a drug addict or whatever.
yeah. And then
I know how to order donuts.
It says here just a couple last things about the SnallyGaster. It's estimated that its lifespan is about 20 years.
Okay.
And the new sightings of its offspring were last seen in 1909.
So, oh no! So it could be extinct.
It could be extinct, man.
The Great Depression hit them hard.
Yeah,
because they had to get metal for their beaks.
Yeah,
two residents in 1999 thought they saw one flying about 25 feet overhead, and then the next thing. I don't know why it switches to first person here. It says, next thing I heard of the SnallyGaster was that it had died in Washington County when the moonshine fumes still overcame it, and it fell from the sky into a 2,500-gallon vat of alcohol.
Wow!
SnallyGaster was a big proponent of the temperance movement, and
they
really fucked him up here. Or maybe he was pro-regulation. The unregulated alcohol trade really fucked him up.
Yeah, and it says, according to the story, revenue agents soon arrived and destroyed both the beast's vat and carcass. So,
wow.
Revenue agents. Huh?
You know what? This one, the more I read about it, the more I think this could be the first real cryptid.
I like this one. This is probably one of my favorites. It's like tied probably with Slide Rock Bolter, but for a totally different reason. I like the Slide Rock Bolter because it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. I like this one because he's got a nemesis. And
that's pretty cool. Many of them don't have nemesis.
A dragon-like half bird, half reptile, tentacles coming out of its mouth, metal beak. The photo here, he has one eye.
That's cool.
And a long neck. Kind of looks like, from the shoulders up, kind of looks like a dick. A little bit. Just a little bit.
Oh, man.
That being said, I like the Dwayo. I think I'm team Dwayo.
Yeah. I was gonna say if the Dwayo and the SnallyGaster are like arch enemies, is one of them on our side? And if so, it's probably the Dwayo, right?
I think that I like to imagine it's kind of more of like a Twilight thing.
I
both
raised
just-
you the argument. SnallyGaster died because he was a square, so I think he's not on.
So the Dwayo loves moonshine, though.
Yeah, the Dwayo's a Chad. Yeah, he'll drink all day. The SnallyGaster's a weenie.
No, what truly makes them enemies is their love for one woman.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Whoever
what
the
I'm saying?
hottest woman in 1730s Maryland was.
Yeah, a bitch from the eggs.
they have a feud over her.
Yeah.
A lot of
That's
1920s stuff going on in the pod, baby. Extra,
Yeah.
extra. Read all about it. FKA the Pod, coming to you hot over the airwaves. And you can also catch us on the X, on the Twitter, the Everything app, as well as Instagram. And send us a letter via electronic mail at fkathepod@gmail.com. You can also watch us via Technicolor video on the youtube.com/FKAthepod. FK the Pod anywhere and everywhere. Please tell us you and your best friend, tell your best doll, your hottest dame about FK the Pod. Flying half off the shelves like the coolest new dirigible. Thank you for listening. Tune in next week.
Johnny Megalopolis. See you at the club.
Welcome to the pod, where we drop some knowledge, diving deep into topics we're never gonna stop. Every episode, we bring the heat.